Hello and welcome. Bad Raven here today, and decided to do another video to talk about another movie experience that I have went through in my life. I don't know with you young whippersnappers out there that you necessarily know what a drive-in movie theater is. I mean, I guess you can look it up on the internet and find it, because there's not many drive-ins around anymore. They've kind of went away like the dinosaur. But back in the day when I was young, we actually had one here in Knox County. It was called the Knox County Drive-In. And my mom would take us all like on, I think it was like Tuesday night carload. You know, you would go and cram as many people as you could in a car. Way back before you had to wear seatbelts all the time. But you cram everybody in the car, and you would go and get like a certain price, just a basic price for everybody, you know, in there. And we would bring all our stuff from home, and like pop and snacks and stuff to keep from buying anything from the concession, you know. But it was a really good time because we got to see not necessarily first run movies. Some of them had probably been out for quite a while. And there was some, you know, sometimes they would show some pretty raunchy ones sometimes. But we didn't go usually to the raunchy ones, but I know that they were available. But I think there was one that come on all the time, which wasn't raunchy. It was just that old Kentucky movie called Greased Lightning. I think it was called that. Or there was one that was on about every time, every spring or summer, it would always come on. But I used to go a lot, not a big lot, but see, I had several sisters I tell you about all the time, and they dated and stuff, so I had to be like the chaperone, the kid that got to go with them to make sure, you know, that they watched the movie. And so I got to go to a lot of movies that way, and I also got to go to a lot of movie theater movies that way too, you know, chaperone. So I loved that part of it. You know, as far as meeting the guys, not so much. But to get to go see the movies and stuff, usually for free, because I didn't have any money as a kid. So I was having a ball just to get to go watch a movie. But yeah, the drive-in was, you know, big back then. I'd say the, you know, late 70s, you know, early 80s, you know, and I'm not sure exactly when the Knox County Drive-In closed, but I was very young. Then we had the Corbin Drive-In that, you know, I went to later when I was, you know, dating and stuff like that myself. Wasn't as, you know, as nice, you know, as the Barville at the time, because it was pretty run down. But that was my driving, you know, go and watch a movie experience. You know, you got to see two movies in one setting, and that was great for me. The more movies, the merrier, you know what I'm saying? And so I loved that setup like that. But as I got older, you know, and all these places have closed, the Corbin and the Knox County Drive-In, I wanted to take my son, now that, you know, he was pretty young. It was, I think it was around 2010, and I was telling him about a movie-going experience that was the drive-in. And he wanted to, you know, to actually go to one, because somehow you come in a car and pull up, and usually have like speakers you put in your car, but they had changed it over to like radio frequency. You hear the sound over the radio now. But we decided to look on the internet back in 2010, see if there was any local drive-ins still open, and to our dismay, there was a lot of them closed, you know what I'm saying? And we searched and searched and searched, and I found two finally. I found one in Somerset, the 27 Twin Drive-In, and there was one in Lexington, and I can't think of the name of it because we never ended up going there. But it was open too, and I think it might have had two screens also, which is different from my time. There was only one screen. Now the way they got them set up, you got a main screen in the front, you got a screen in the back. They showed 4 movies total, and 2 movies in the front were different from the 2 in the back. You bought the tickets for the 2 movies you wanted to see. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to buy for the front 2 movies or the back 2. You can't like watch one movie over here, then turn around and go over there and watch the second. But we found Somerset 27 Twin Drive-In, and it was the closest. It's about an hour and 15-minute drive from my driveway and to Somerset, and so we made it a thing of it, me and Andrew, to go up there and to show him what I had experienced as a child. And we got up there, and this was back in 2010, and we still remember the movies that we saw. It was Toy Story 3 and Grown Ups. So we got up there, and it was so neat to see the way the old little ticket area that you drove your car through, and you can see the back of the screen. I'm going to try to find some videos and some pictures to put on at the end of this showing us actually at the drive-in. Andrew was a lot smaller, but it was so cool just to go drive through there and get your tickets. And we parked up front, and we got out, and we went in the concession stand, and we played the video games and got the hamburger stuff. They made very good hamburgers and stuff at the 27 Twin Drive-In. You should go there, find it on Google Map or something off the internet with directions, and it's a really great experience to relive that time if you're old enough to remember that experience. But we went up there and we watched both movies and loved both movies, and I think we'd already seen Toy Story 3, but we watched it again, and we really liked Grown Ups. And so Andrew had a ball because he got to get out of the car, and we took those like fold out chairs, not lawn chairs, but those like you had a tent, you had the little just sprawls out Walmart sells it into like a seat. We took some stuff with us, but we bought some stuff at the concession too because they are more stricter about bringing stuff in. So he had a time of his life, and I did too, just remember, and I lived through him what my experience was. And we've gone back ever since, and I think it's opened up this year around about the middle of April, about April 15th or something like that. And you should check it out definitely, because they usually have when the movies come out, they usually have the newest. Sometimes they'll mix them with a little older one of that year, but pretty much you can, out of 4 movies, you can pick 2 that are on one screen or the other that you could be able to see. And the hot dogs are really good. Andrew eats the hamburgers, and I really enjoyed them because you can get the big hot dog wiener in one of them, and you can get the regular size too. And they're reasonably priced. I think it was last year on the ticket price, it was like $6 for adults. I wanted to say $2 or $3 for the kids. But I would check their website. They got a website of 27 Twin Drive-In you can check. I'm not, affiliated with them. I just love what they offer. And I told the first time we went, we ran into the owner, and we told him we come off from Knox County to watch his movie, and he asked us our names. And before the movie started, he actually said, "I'd like to welcome Andrew and Stephen Miller from Knox County, first time being here." And we heard it on the radio. It was really cool to be singled out like that. And every time I see him, I always, try to tell them how much I love their old drive-in, which is not little, but that we can go to it and stuff. But it is just if you have never experienced it, it's so neat. If it's good weather especially, that you can just sit out amongst the stars and watch the movie. And they've even went digital. They've got digital projectors and sound system and everything, so they got a really good picture. Now, yet sometimes it has to get a little darker to see it because you're outside, and you have to hear some noise from the street, but not much. But if it's just pure enjoyment of getting out in the elements and enjoying your favorite movie or a movie that become your favorite movie, it was a heck of an experience. And I anybody that hasn't done it needs to do it at least once in their life. And the ones that have done it, you made. The distance is about the only thing that's deterring for me to go. Sometimes, like, if it ain't 2 really good movies, we hardly go unless there's at least 2 good movies to see, because such a long drive, you'd hate to not see both movies. And when you get out, it's kind of late, and you get out like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, by the time I get back home, it's almost 3. So, you definitely got to be able to handle that kind of trip. But you know, it's awesome. It's an awesome time, and I think anybody that goes would be really happy with it. But like I said, I'm gonna put some pictures and videos of the place on the end of this. If I don't have the videos, I'll do the pictures, or if I can do both, I will. But I just wanted to make this video and tell you about the drive-in and the fun I had as a child. And I hopefully you enjoyed it, and I hope you check back with us, and we'll see you again, and goodbye.